Next question, the member for Scarborough-Guildwood.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Colleges and Universities. Speaker, it's not a secret that the pandemic has hurt our economy, and we know that Ontarians are not impacted equally. Instead of trying to prop up the Premier, who is rewarding his friend Charles McVitie with degree-granting privileges in spite of the serious concerns raised in this House about human rights violation, this minister should be focused on more urgent priorities. Stats Canada reported that youth unemployment rate is the slowest to recover across Canada, reaching a high of close to 30% in May. Part-time and summer employment opportunities have disappeared, leaving students struggling to make tuition. Jobs in restaurants, tourism, and entertainment venues have vanished due to the virus. Speaker, the minister can the minister commit to enhancing OSAP programs and investing in youth employment and training programs so that our young people can be brought into the economic recovery rather than spending...
The Minister to reply, Minister of Colleges and Universities.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to respond. And certainly that member opposite, as a former Minister of Colleges and University, has a very clear appreciation of the process and how broken it was and what we inherited as a government to have to fix that process. Mr. Speaker, when we again talk about these issues we've been dealing with for the last 3 weeks, we have painstakingly gone through and described a process and how there is no ability to meddle with that process. I'm not sure why the members opposite want us to meddle with that process. I'm not sure why they think it's appropriate to interfere with independent advisory agencies and boards. I don't know why they think it's appropriate to interfere, Mr. Speaker. Perhaps it's just the way they like to do things, but let's move on.
Response?
Let's think about this for a moment. Imagine for a second that we were to follow their process, Mr. Speaker, what that would mean in the province of Ontario if we did not have accountability.
Thank you. The supplementary question.
This minister needs to stop fixating on Charles McVitie. There are more important things that you and your ministry need to focus on. And I want to remind you that the first act when you came into office was to cut $1 billion from student financial aid and from the OSAP program. Young people in this province need that support now, and they need it reinstated. Will you, in your upcoming budget, reinstate the $1 billion that you've cut from student financial aid and OSAP so that young people, students, women can participate in retraining and upskilling so that they can get back into the economy and fully participate? Why are you spending so much time on your friend when there's so many other broad concerns that really need this government's time and attention so Ontario can experience a...
Response? Mr. of Colleges and Universities.
Mr. Speaker, I am proud of the work that our colleges and universities have been doing throughout this entire pandemic, throughout this last few years. It's incredible work that we have been doing, and they have been doing such better work because we made changes to issues like red tape. Tremendous amounts of red tape that member opposite as Minister of Colleges and Universities permitted to exist. Imagine that it took 3 years to create a program. Imagine that for a second. How can you stand by and be okay with that? 3 years to develop a program that you would want to give to your colleges, your universities, so that they could deliver labor market responsive programs to their students. Mr. Speaker, that was why we changed the process. That's why we created a clear and transparent process. That is what continually happens here in this
response.
I'm not sure why the member opposite thinks it's appropriate to meddle with the affairs of independent schools and boards and agencies, Mr.
Thank you very much.